In this video we will discuss how to answer charges in Notice to Appear I-862 form. If you have received a notice to appear in court, it is important to understand what happens during your first court date. In this video, we will go over the master hearing and how you can respond to the charges against you. This video is particularly helpful for those who are representing themselves or would like to know what to expect during their first court appearance. Determining the reason for your appearance in court. When you receive a notice to appear in court, the first step is to determine why it has been issued. It could be because the government is attempting to take away your status, which usually happens to those who have a local permanent resident status. Alternatively, it could be because you do not have status, such as when you entered the United States through the CBP One app or overstayed your status. The notice will contain charges against you, including sentences and accusations. Typically, the first charge will state that you are not a citizen or national of the United States. You will need to answer to these charges during your first court appearance. Responding to the charges. During your first court appearance, you will need to respond to the charges against you. You should concede the charges that are true, such as not being a citizen of the United States. However, if you have grounds to believe that you are a citizen, such as being brought to the country as a child, you can argue your case. You should also refuse to designate a country of removal if you are planning on filing for asylum. Typical responses. A typical response for someone asking for asylum would be to concede the charges and request asylum, withholding of removal, and relief on the Convention Against Torture. However, your situation may be different, and you may ask for adjustment of status, consular processing, more time if your visa only covers USCIS jurisdiction, or a waiver. It is important to know what your options are before your court appearance. The master hearing. During the master hearing, you will be giving a judge a plan as to how you're going to be defending yourself. This plan can change later, but usually only if some new circumstances came about that did not exist at the time when you initially answered the notice. The judge will also verify your address and direct you to file a UAR 33 if you are moving. There may be other minor issues to discuss depending on the case. Individual hearings. Individual hearings are different from master hearings, and we will cover them in a separate video. Individual hearings are usually private, unless you allow someone to be present at that hearing. Usually, they are confidential. Conclusion. During your first court appearance, you will not be deported unless you do not show up. Your case will move on to the next stage after the master hearing. And you will have more time to find counsel if necessary. It is important to be prepared and to know your options before your court appearance.